Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic readings, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Columbia and Greater Baltimore. Today is September 3rd. And this morning I'm reading from a little book called Just for Today, which is a Narcotics Anonymous publication. So you will hear the word addict or NA in it. Haven't read it, so I'm not exactly sure what you'll hear. Just know that it applies to all of us and it is available to all of us. So here is the reading for September 3rd. Humility is a byproduct that allows us to grow and develop in an atmosphere of freedom and removes the fear of becoming known by our employers, families, or friends as addicts. And I suppose we could substitute as people. And that's from the basic text, page 72 and 73. And then it goes on to say this. Many of us may not have understood the idea of anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions. We wondered how this could be. What does anonymity have to do with our spiritual life? The answer is plenty. By guarding and cherishing our anonymity, we earn spiritual rewards beyond comprehension. There is a great virtue in doing something nice for someone and not telling anyone about it. By the same token, resisting the impulse to proudly announce our membership in NA to the world, in effect, asking someone to acknowledge how wonderful we are, makes us value our recovery all the more. Recovery is a gift that we've received from a power greater than ourselves. Boasting about our recovery as if it were our own doing leads to prideful feelings and grandiosity. But keeping our anonymity leads to humility and feelings of gratitude. Recovery is its own reward. Public acclaim can't make it any more valuable than it already is. Just for today, recovery is its own reward. I don't need to have mine approved by publicity. I will maintain and cherish my anonymity. So what I get in that is the whole idea of humility being comfortable with exactly who I am and who I'm not. It's that place where I no longer need any outside validation to fully accept and embrace my innate worth and value. Whether we're in recovery officially or not, I submit for your consideration that we are all recovering from centuries of human conditioning that have taught that we're separate, that we're less than, that our value is based on what we do rather than what we are, that our accomplishments can somehow enhance our value, or our lack of accomplishments diminishes our value, none of which is true. We are an emanation, a physical expression of one substance, of creation itself. You call it God, call it spirit, call it nature. I don't think it matters what we call it because it's bigger than any word. And when we really understand the perfection and the completeness and the wholeness of what and who we innately are, other people's opinions other people's assessment, other people's approval. It's nice in the human realm, but it's no longer necessary for us to know the magnificence of our own being. And so that's what I hear it offering us in terms of this anonymity, that I'm not seeking attention. I'm not, and it doesn't mean we don't toot our own horns. It doesn't mean we don't celebrate our accomplishments. It means we check ourselves at the level of motivation. Am I simply celebrating because it's exciting, or am I celebrating to get something from somebody else? And I think there's the tipping point. What's motivating self-disclosure? What's motivating the celebration? So I invite you to celebrate your life. Celebrate it simply because it is. Even celebrate the messy moments, because even the messy moments are a magnificent part of this incredible whole journey that we're all on. And I invite you to let go of any need for other people to validate the perfection and the wholeness and the magnificence that you already are. And so with that, I'm going to take us into our time of meditation and contemplation. I bring my awareness to my breath, recognizing it is the breath of life breathing me, recognizing it is the breath of God, the breath of spirit, the breath of creation, singular substance, whole, perfect, and complete. That life is breathing itself as me. That God is breathing an experience of itself as me. One power, everywhere present, creating out of itself to experience itself in the multiplicity of individualized form. All life is this form. And so I know that I am that in form. And I know that what is true of me is true of all creation, seen and unseen, known and unknown in this human realm, in this physical plane. From the tiniest, imperceptible speck to the vastness, to the magnificence of the cosmos. Only a blip of which we see. All of it is this one power delighting in experiencing the desires of its heart, simply to express in infinite possibility the wholeness, the completeness, and the perfection of its being individualized and being made out of it by it. We must contain it. It must be the very makeup of our being. And so I claim, affirm, I own the immeasurable value of what I am, of who I am, of what all life is. I claim and affirm that human concept of humility and anonymity that needs no external validation to know, to truly know and experience the truth of its being. I claim and affirm that it is me, and so every part of me knows the truth of being. And I open to be aware of that. Aware of that in the individualized expression of me, and aware of that in the individualized expression of all life, every person, place, thing, every animal, vegetable, mineral, everything in form and everything that surrounds the form, everything seen and unseen. I claim and affirm an awareness, a relationship, a relating to the wholeness, the completeness, and perfection in all. That beyond the appearance of behavior, beyond an appearance of attitude, I know the truth back of it all. And I hold that in my awareness. I hold that in my heart. I hold that as the truth of being, knowing that as the vibration of truth is uplifted, everything unlike it is transformed. Everything unlike it is neutralized, becoming unrecognizable as out of alignment, as it moves into alignment with the truth of being. I celebrate. I celebrate the completion of the word spoken, the instant yes of the universe. Even above the lawnmower outside, I celebrate the lawnmower as the activity of life being a lawnmower. And I know that it is already complete. And so knowing it is complete, I can let go. I can release everything in my belief system that would in any way mitigate or diminish the full experience of the word spoken. I let it all go. I invite it into awareness so that I can release over and over again. I release. I let go, and I return my attention and my intention to the alignment of truth, to the harmonious operation of one. I let go. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.